Let's go.
I like the fit, dog.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Appreciate it. You looking good as well, man.
Golden Child.
Shout out to that boy Golden Child from blessing us, man. He blessed you with the blue one. He blessed me with the red one, man. Shout out to that young man.
Yep. Go to official Golden Child 1. Get your fit now.
Most definitely, man. He got reasonable prices and he got good work, good quality. Appreciate the love, man. But glad to see you, baby. You looking good.
Sure,
I can only imagine you feeling good. And I know how God been working and how he been doing things in your life, man. And continue to keep allowing him to use you. You know, we making progress every day. Slow progress is the best progress because you're learning and you're growing from it.
Well, you know what? I did a podcast today.
Most definitely.
And he said to me, he's like, I've never seen a podcast go faster than y'all's podcast.
Most definitely.
So, you know, we're actually growing quicker than we realize. You know, like you've gained, what, 30,000?
35,000.
Followers?
Yeah, most
and
definitely.
Since we met. I've gained about 12,000 followers.
Most definitely.
So, I mean, shit, that's progress. You know, not to mention all the times we went viral. But the great thing about our content is that it's positive.
Most definitely. Anybody could go on there and get some type of knowledge and wisdom. And that's what we're here for. Drop the Jewels is to drop every knowledge, every game, every source, every thought, every problem, every situation that we had to go through. We using our situations and problems to give to y'all to know that, hey, we went through it and we overcame it. You could go through it, but overcome it. But we don't want you to go through it. So use us as an outlet to not go through the things that we went through because we made some bad decisions at a young age. And that's why we fixing them, because we know if we want to live up in heaven, we got to fix what we once did and forgive. God, a forgiving God, and we going to move forward. What we once did, we don't no longer do. We serving him in the right way. We going to keep going. Yes, indeed.
Nah, facts. Because like when I was growing up, a lot of people were trying to give me game and tell me the things I should be doing, but they weren't people that I really respected. Like they weren't people I wanted to hear it from. So I feel like we give people our life, we show them who we are. I'm like, look, we made mistakes, but these are things that we did wrong. You can learn from us.
Most definitely. Most definitely. One thing a person told me is, if you watch a person bump their head doing something, don't why you think you can't bump your head.
Right.
So let them bump their head so you don't make that decision. You know, word encouragement. If you see somebody fail doing something wrong, then you could fail too. So just using them as an example. Most definitely. Come on, baby. Hit me with something.
Okay, so, a lot of people say knowledge is power.
Most definitely.
Right? Knowledge is power. And I can see what that, like, what do you think? Do you feel like knowledge is power?
Most definitely. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is everything. The word, the reading, the focus, the listening, all that is power because you can use it to your advantage. When anybody take the time out to give you knowledge, give you power, give you the word, give you word of encouragement, uplift you, tell you anything, that's power. That's power. They giving you power to defend, to defeat anything that's gonna come across your path, that's gonna come across your life. Knowledge is like pass and go. Every time you pass going to Monopoly, they give you $200 to pass go. Every time you go to jail, you got to pay $200 to get out of jail. So your life is like Monopoly. Whatever you roll is the type of steps you take. Whatever positivity, whatever you believe in, whatever prayers you put in, whatever focus you put in, whatever hustle you believe in, whatever sacrifice you putting in, whatever positivity steps you take, that's how many steps you going to grow. If you take negative steps back, you going to jail. And when you go to jail, you got to pay the consequences. That's like in the streets. When you do wrong and you know you're doing wrong, even though you get away 3 times, it's going to be that one time that you going to make up for the 3 times you once got away. So just do right.
Yeah, that was a great breakdown. I mean, here's how I feel about it. Everybody says knowledge is power. I'm going to tell you, this might be contradictory to a lot of people.
All right, talk to me.
I don't think that knowledge is power.
Oh.
Because you could have all the knowledge in the world. You could have the greatest plan in the world. You've done research, you done figured everything out. But if you don't actually do it, then there's nothing. You have no power. Wisdom is power. Because wisdom is applied knowledge. It means that you have the knowledge, you actually used it. Because having knowledge and not using it is power. There's no power in that.
That's tough.
So when someone gives you knowledge, that's the greatest gift ever. But if you don't use it, it's a wasted gift.
That's a good answer. That's a hell of an answer. So when somebody give you power, not just suck it in, but use it. Use it to your advantage.
Stop having people giving you the game of your life and you don't even use it. Like wisdom. Apply that knowledge. Wisdom is power.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like prayers.
Yeah.
prayers without work is worthless. So
Exactly.
if you praying and you ain't working, then you ain't gonna get your satisfaction. You ain't gonna get your outcome. You can't just be praying and not putting in no work. You gotta be the foot soldier. You gotta be willing to go down there and put in that work, girl. God working on it, God fixing it, God ready. But if you ain't trying to work towards it, why you keep praying for it? Stop praying, stop praying. You don't believe God that's gonna get it done, but God that I serve, if you put the work in, if you believe, if you keep going, he gonna get it done. He just waiting on you to finish line. Get to the finish line. Don't stop, don't stop. Don't work. Don't work. And your prayers ain't gonna get answered. But if you work, your prayer is gonna be satisfaction.
Exactly, because what ends up happening in life is God, like, you'll pray to God, like, please give me this. I want $1 million. I want whatever. I want to be able to pay my bills. But then the opportunity comes. It's like you're asking for the opportunity, and it drops on your doorstep, or you're just going somewhere, and people are like, hey, you want to go do this thing? It can like, there's opportunity, and you turn it down because you don't feel like it. It's your day off. Oh, you're too tired. You know what I'm saying? But that opportunity might have been the beginning of a bigger opportunity. Like, hey, you did a good job. People aren't willing to accept the opportunity that God brings to them. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to apply.
Opportunities come from people too. A lot of people fail to realize. And
God works through people.
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to give you the game.
Yeah.
God will send people to bring different pieces to the puzzle to your life, to give you that opportunity. God will bring certain people in your life to help you get to that next level, to where you're trying to get to the top. He not going to get you to the top with skipping them levels up, understanding what it's going to take to get there through the process, through the failure, through the ups and downs, through the trials and tribulations. That's why people give up on God a lot, because they think God just gonna get them up there. That ain't the way God works. God want to see you put in that work. He want to see you go through the struggles. He want to see you go through everything. He gonna be with you. He ain't gonna forsake you. God ain't gonna give you anything that he ain't gonna see you through. He know you strong, but can you show him you're strong? He know you could get there, but you gotta show him you're willing to get there. I'm willing to go the extra mile. I'm willing to go. I'm willing to walk. I'm willing to fight. I'm willing to eat. Whatever it's gonna take, I'm willing to sleep on the streets. I'm hungry. God, I need to get there. God, I got a family to feed. God, my mama believing. God, I gotta get there. You believe it. I'm believing. They believe it. God, I gotta get there. But not getting there. Not getting there is because you didn't believe and you stop.
Yeah.
You stop.
Facts. I mean, a lot of people quit right when they're just about to make
Close.
it. It's like they're grinding, they're putting all this sweat, tears, and love into the stuff, and they quit right when they're about to make it.
You ever quit it closer to your destination?
I don't know if I'm a regular person, because I think I'm missing something in my brain. Because I don't understand. It's the quit. It's the quit. Like, I don't have that in me. Like, I've never quit on anything in life.
Most
you know
definitely.
what I'm saying? Like, there was I've actually, let me put how deep this goes. I've never actually broken up with a girl before. Because that's how much I don't know how to quit. Ooh. Now, I mean, I might have told.
They left you.
Either they left me or I just blocked them mid-relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't know.
Quit don't run in your blood.
It doesn't run in my blood. It's not part of my brain.
I like that.
I don't know how to quit. So because I don't quit, everything I ever did, I just kept doing. Maybe I'm crazy. Like, once I get to where I'm trying to go and I get these M's, people are going to ask me, how'd you do it? I just never quit. It's not a part of who I am.
Most definitely. And that's why we keep growing, because you never quit and I never gonna quit. You never quit and I'm never gonna quit. You believe and I believe in, no matter the trials and tribulations that come our way, no matter the situations, the things that occur in our life, one thing we know, we can't stop doing what we need to do. And that's speaking the word of God. That's one thing I love about you, that you ain't gonna never quit, and you ain't never quit, and you ain't gonna never quit, because guess what? The top don't make quitters. The bottom made quitters. The top only made winners. And if you keep going to the top, you're going to keep winning. If you want to be at the bottom with the loser, then don't just stop.
There's one thing that every single loser has in common. They all quit.
They all quit.
They all quit. But you know what every single winner has in common?
They never stop.
They never quit.
They never stop.
So if you want to be a winner, you can't quit. It's just really that simple. Now, it's just that it takes time. You want to have a plan that makes sense. And a lot of people are going against God's purpose and going their own direction in life, and they're never really going to make it. Those people maybe should quit. You know when you're doing what's right. You know in your heart.
Right, most definitely. When you're doing what's right, you know you're going to succeed. When you doing wrong, you know you're going to fail.
Yeah, you're eventually going to have to quit. You're going to spend your whole life doing the wrong thing. Because there's a lot of people doing that.
A lot of people. I ain't knocking them. But that ain't something I'm doing no more.
Yeah, because we only speak about them not to knock them, but because we want you to recognize we're talking to you. Not trying to diss you, but saying, hey, look, you need to figure out the direction you're going. You know how many years I spent going the wrong way? You know, and I didn't even quit. I just changed trajectory. I just switched the way I'm going to do it.
You got that GPS.
Exactly.
You got that GPS.
I took a right.
God. You took that different route, and you understand that God. See, when you take that different route, and God's hands already be open for you to welcome you back in for a renewed heart. And he waiting on a lot of people. But until you ready for that, God ain't going to come get you. God ain't going to come get you.
Right.
He waiting for you, but he ain't going to come get you. Because there's so many other people he could use to do his work.
Well, what I'm learning from is if you have a purpose in life, like something important, he's going to send people to get you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Like he sent you to me.
Oh, yeah.
To get me. Man. And he sent my girl to me to get me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he will send people your way. You have to be willing to accept
the people
because when you came to me and we did this podcast, when you said you want to do another one, I could have just been on some cocky shit and been like, hey, I'm cool. We did one. We'll do it in a couple months. I could have just done that, and we could have maybe never even linked again. But I said, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe we should start a podcast together because that shit was too good to just. So it's like I was willing to accept what he sent to me. A lot of people aren't willing to accept that. I was open.
Yeah,
my heart was open. My mind was open.
Most definitely.
A lot of people closed the door.
Oh yeah, most definitely. When he opened your heart, he saw your desire. He saw with the missing pieces of the puzzle that you needed to bring different value to your life. And when he opened your heart, and we chopped it up and we got it again and again and again. Most definitely, man. Shout out to Big God from doing what he doing because he know we was missing pieces in our life, and he sent you he sent me. And guess what? We unstoppable.
And it's a perfect example of pieces because like every piece of the puzzle is different. And me and you are very different.
Most definitely.
Like we have a similar vision and goal in life, but we're very different. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the pieces fit together because they're different. You know what I mean?
There's no competition either. Yeah. That's what people fail to realize. You can't be friends with people and be in competition with them. If he make it first, then that's cool. We gonna make it together because he ain't gonna forgive me. If I make it first, it's vice versa. But we both gonna be up there.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to call someone your team, and then the whole goal of a team is to win. To win. And when you win, you don't get mad at your team.
Exactly. How many rebounds you got. When you're a team player make team effort to do what it takes. Sometimes you might not score as much as you want to. Sometimes you might not get as much as you want to or getting more playing time. But guess what? That's make a team. When you become a champion, every man on a roster do not play on a football field. It's a 53-man roster. All 53 players don't get on the field. 32 players gonna get on the field. The other 14 players gonna sit on the side.
Right, but they were there for a reason.
They was there for a reason.
If someone got hurt or someone wasn't able to, then they were there ready.
They're just important.
They're just important. Because if they weren't there, that could be the loss.
That could be their loss. So it's very important. No matter if they're in the game or on the sideline, they're important in your life. And if they bring a value, they telling you any encouragement, use them. Don't get rid of them because they telling you something. Even if it don't sound right, even if it don't feel good, even if they telling you about your wrong, accept that.
Right, because I'm going to tell the truth. I spent some years on the sidelines. I've been on the sidelines. And I'll tell you what. You know what you're doing on the sidelines? You watch.
Come on,
and learn. When you're on, because don't be mad to be on the sidelines. Because you could be on the sidelines and be soaking game from some of the greatest to do it. You might not realize it now, but when you see later in their career, that's one of the best. And you were watching firsthand right beside them at practice. In the locker room, getting to know like how they became so great, watching them on the field, they might give you some tips. Like, don't be mad to be in the sideline, but just make sure that you're learning from that experience.
From the sideline, and when you get that chance, you're gonna get in there. When you get in there, you execute. Let me tell you something. You don't know about this, but the sixth man for a long time. You don't know this, but I'm gonna tell you this player. James Harden was the sixth man. Mm-hmm. James Harden was the sixth man at OKC under Westbrook and Durant.
Right.
He came off the bench for a long time until he got traded into the Rockets.
When he went to the Rockets, that's when he they said he was one of the greatest six men to ever do it. But see, now when he went to the Rockets, he was able to get his opportunity to be the star. Yeah.
So even though you might not be in a game, even though you might not be starting, but you coming off the bench, you just as more important than the players that's in the game. Whatever the star players ain't making no purse, but they put you in because they see you got it. You got the high hand. You got the trust. You believe. You know God gonna deliver. God gonna pick up. God gonna answer. He just wait. Don't worry if you ain't in the game. You coming off the bench. You just as more important than the man in the game. My prayers gonna get there. My opportunity gonna come. God, I'm just waiting. God, I'm just waiting. You know what I deserve it. We deserve it. We gonna win. Open the doors. Open the doors. We hungry to drop the jewels, boy. Come on, man. Hit me.
So I got a question for you. This is a deep one. So in your eyes, the Bible talks a lot about angels and demons. What do you think an angel is, and what do you think a demon is?
A demon is somebody that try to cast negativity, somebody that feeds your mind with negativity, somebody that just put negativity on you. And an angel is somebody that's that's watching you, that's guarding you, that's understanding, that's being there. Angel with me at all the time, man. A lot of times in a lot of places in life, you going to go places where they got a lot of demons, a lot of negativity thoughts, a lot of negative people. When you growing, when you doing right, when you moving right, that's why I say be careful where the places you go, because you don't know the enemies be in these different places. And that's why I say all the time, man, before I go into these different places, I make sure God enter before I enter, because he going to let you know if it's safe for you. A lot of us want to go to these certain places, but then want to change our life, and that's when you lose your life, because you going there with the right intention, but the enemies don't. They see you as a threat. So it's got the angels going to always be with you, always guide you, and always protect you. The enemy is going to always feed you.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like angels are like some kind of thing you cannot see, some sort of visible force? Or do you feel like, or like, describe what an angel is?
Angel is just it's just the spirit. It's just the spirit that's over, that you feel, that you attack to. But you gotta have that relationship with God to have that guardian angel. You gotta know that in tune. You gotta be in touch. You gotta be. It's a physical thing. It's a mentally and a physical thing. It's an emotional thing. So when times I be doing my thing and I know that angel with me, because there's times there's some supposed to happen, but that guardian angel, that's God. That's that protector. That's that I'm never gonna forsake you. I'm always be with you. Most definitely. Right. How you feel?
So I think that
you ain't never had an angel. You don't think angels be around you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think. And you know, people might think I'm wrong for this, but I'm just gonna say my opinion, because I feel like a lot of the Bible is spoken in a metaphorical way, and I don't think that it's
Let me
fully.
take my glasses off.
I don't think
I need to look in your eyes.
Yeah, I don't think it's fully understood what some of these beings are. I feel like an angel is not some kind of being; it's actually a person. And I feel like what an angel is somebody who allows God to enter their heart, and by blessing them, and they're willing to bless other people. An angel is somebody who is a real person who allow God into their heart and allow them to go out and help people in life and actually go and assist people and working in God in your purpose. That's what an angel is. And a demon is someone who has allowed the devil to enter their heart and allowed the devil to control them and allowed them to go and wreak destruction on people's lives. You know, some worse than others.
That's a good example.
So that's what I think. I think that we got to stop looking at angels and demons as these mythical creatures and these invisible things that just come and do things. Right. And we got to realize that God works through us. God, it doesn't need angels. He has enough power as it is.
All right.
You know, if we're able to
Phlo, boy, you hey man, come on, man. My boy speaking the word, man. Hey, let me tell you something, man. It feels good to see you speak the word, because it's people like you that's your race that need to hear that, man, because I can't reach everybody, but that's why me and you make a good team, because I'm black and you white, and we make that dual threat. We like that Oreo cookie, baby. I'm that chocolate and you that vanilla, and it's very important that we able to reach so many different people, and they see you and you attract them by your braids. Man, I never saw a white boy with braids. And then they say this, and then they listen to you talk, and then they see the knowledge, the wisdom. That's what whatever it takes to get their attention, I'm cool.
Well, it just happened naturally. It's not like we went and planned it out. I'm like, hey, let's get together and do it because it just happens, you know.
Yeah, it was a blessing.
But I mean, I feel like it's an important thing that we have to understand. Like the Bible is misunderstood in some ways because it's like written allegories. You can't just read it as like literally what it says. And I feel like God is powerful enough to give us, you know, to be able to guide us. He don't need angels. The angels are us. And these people, they speak in the Bible, these major angels and demons, these are just some really bad people. Like if you want to ask me who's a demon, Hitler was a demon. He was an actual demon. But you know what? We all have faced demons in our life. We've had people come around and start trying to terrorize things because they allow the devil to enter them. And now that since they're doing the devil's work, what would they exactly be called? A demon, right? So, I mean, maybe real demons and angels exist. I don't know. But that's what I think.
Boy, you're speaking something today, boy. Ooh, you come with it. It must be that outfit. It must be that golden child got you feeling like that. You talking that talk, baby.
Yeah.
You talking that talk, and I see that growth in you, and that's very important, man. I see the growth in both of us. Hit me with it, D Phlo.
I feel like a lot of people in the world have a hard time like understanding what the difference between right and wrong is. You know, I feel like we all grow up in different households, different communities, different situations, different, all kind of different lives, different countries and different religions. And I feel like because of that, it's kind of like this gray area, like what is right and wrong. So like, I feel like, you know, how do you feel like as a person, we should be able to understand, you know, what the difference between right and wrong is? Like how do we know this? Like what's really right and what's really wrong?
You know, you learn that from a young age, the way your parents raised you. And a lot of us overlook that. And that's why we go through a lot of things in life, because the way they raise you is the way they expect you to become, and the way they expect you to be in the world. You know, a mama can only nurse you for so long until she allow you to enter the world. Same thing with God. He could give you so much, but he got to allow you to be in the world where you make that decision knowing right from wrong. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. You know the things that you do and the things that you ain't supposed to do. So you know the way your parents raised you, the way anybody raised you. It ain't got to be your parent. It could be your auntie, your aunt, your grandma. The way they raised you, you know they showed you right from wrong.
Right.
Now,
so
we make the decision to do right from wrong.
Right. See that, and that's exactly my point.
So what's your thought?
Well, that's the thing I'm saying is like, you know, what you're saying is that like the way that our parents raised us, which is true. You're actually right. The way our parents and our family and the people that we looked up to raised us is what shows us what right and wrong is. But the problem with that is that what if they were living wrong? And what they're teaching you is right and wrong. Like let's say your parents are hurting. And I mean, it's understandable. Let's say they are. And they're like, hey, shit, we need some food, son. Like, why don't you go steal some shit? You know what I mean? Because we got to eat. You know, I mean, you needed it. Everybody's starving, but it's still wrong. So now you grow up thinking, man, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go steal some food. So it's like I feel like a lot of us could be taught, or maybe even in other situations where people, your parents might feel like they're better than other people. They might be rich. You might grow up in a rich family. On the other end of it, and they might be acting like cocky towards people and treating people like they're better. Now the kids grow up thinking, oh, that's the way you're supposed to act. You're supposed to act like I'm better than everybody. So, and I feel like, so that's the reason why I asked. I feel like in all reality, we really know what's right and wrong in our heart, no matter what we were taught. Like we really know. We can feel it. Like when we do something, we know. Like even if your parents taught you to steal, or taught you to lie or whatever, you know when you do it that you shouldn't be doing it.
Most definitely.
So we got to follow our heart. That's how you know what's right and wrong. You got to follow your heart. You know deep down inside whether you are doing right or wrong. I feel like a lot of people ignore their heart. Their heart's telling them like, hey, I'm not feeling right about this, but you go and do it anyway.
That's tough.
So
That's
I
right.
think it's important because
most definitely you got to follow your heart. And when you do wrong, then you feel it. Even when you cheating, you feel it. So that is the intentions of your heart. That is the feeling of your heart. Most definitely.
I'm going through it right now. I just got on child support. Man, like how do you feel about child support? Like, do you feel like, you know, like it's fair? Like what do you think?
Man, let me tell you something, man. To be honest with you, going through child support and being on child support, I used to look at it as it was something that a bitter woman or a bitter baby mama put on you to destroy you, to stop you from growing, to stop you from elevating in life. I used to feel like that for a long time. And then I realized this same negativity that I thought that she was trying to do, let's change my perspective and use it as positivity. It's going to force you to become a dad. It's going to force you to pay certain things, but it also going to force you to become a better person, a better man, to be reliable, to be responsible, to not be irresponsible. So child support bring a lot of responsibility, and then it hold you accountable because you want to pay it, you want to show up, you want to be that brave heart person that it ain't affect you. You want to do that. You want to show that. Mama, I was questioning why I was on child support. Mama, why she did me like that. Mama, I was being a good stepfather to a daughter that wasn't mine. But when I had mine, I was introduced to child support. I was willing to do it all. Mama, I'm sorry. She did it to me. It hurted me. It made me rebellious, made me bitter. But it's all good. I used the bad for the positivity. I ain't mind paying child support. I was losing. I'm a pay it. You gotta understand that no matter how much they make you pay, you're doing it for your child. And when you do it for your child, even if they don't use it for your child, you did it for your child.
That's your intention. I mean, I agree. When the police showed up at my door to serve me some shit, I was definitely pissed. But at the end of the day, I realized that what makes me upset about it is introducing our situation in the system. Like, why not? Why can't we handle outside of it? But that's what you feel like you needed to do. Fine.
But the system make you better. That's why I say the system will hold you accountable and make you go harder.
That's the most positive way to look at it.
That's the way I looked at it. I didn't look at it like that for a long time. I was mad. You bitter. I'm trying. I'm doing this. But then I looked at it and said, you know what? There's been the same effort you put in thinking negativity. Let's turn that around and use that for positivity.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that because, like we talked about earlier, we talked about learning from other people. Well, I'm not quite at your place yet. I'm still mad.
It's all good though, man. You fresh though. I've been on that.
But I get what you're saying.
I've been on child support for 14 years, so it's all good. It's
all
all good.
It was off the rip.
I got off the rip. I got hit with child support immediately. So. It was cool though. It's a learning experience. At the same time, I can't put it all on her because I mean, she didn't give me a chance to really be a father at this time. My baby was like 2 months. I got hit with child support in 2 months. The baby, I had the baby in a car with me in a car seat while I was driving, and I go home and I got child support papers, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what this is? And I got hit with it, but most definitely, man,
that's tough.
That's yeah.
Tough.
I ain't really have a fair chance.
Right.
When me and her wasn't together and we know we weren't gonna be together, it was immediately she hit me with child support.
Well, I mean, it's as simple as this.
But yours was a long time though, so it was cool. It was different again. Yeah. Like I say, things happen for a reason. But me, I just felt like I didn't have that chance. And
no, you didn't.
After my baby was 2 months.
No, that's wild.
2 months, and I'm getting served child support papers, and I'm like, wow, this. But I had
worst
a good
case
job.
Scenario, bro.
I had a good job and stuff like that, man. Like I said, man, I ain't never mad at what I had to go through. Look at me now.
Yeah. So that actually brings me to the next topic. So in the first podcast we ever did, we talked about what's the difference between a daddy and a father.
Come on, man.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like there's more daddies or more fathers in the world?
Man, that's tough, man. There's more daddies than fathers. It's more daddies. A lot of daddies provide. All the daddies provide. All the daddies know is hustle. All the daddies know is sacrifice. All the daddies know is.
So before we get into that, what is a daddy?
A daddy is a person that pays, that's no time. Daddy don't have time. Daddy is nothing but a provider. A father is a loving, caring, affection, be there, support. Dad, that's the difference.
So you feel like there's more daddies?
Way more daddies than fathers. Yeah, daddies, man, I salute to the daddies. They hustling. They bringing in that bag. They trying to make ends. They trying to be the best daddy in the world. They trying to show other kids. They trying to show other women, I'm the best daddy. But they ain't trying to show them the best father.
So you got daddies and fathers on two sides. One of them is making the money, always working, never have time for the kids.
Fathers make money too, but it ain't like that daddy.
Yeah. So the fathers whether they make money or not, they just make time for the kids.
They make time.
Because there's some daddies out here on this side who do make money and could give time.
It's way more time.
They could, but they choose not to.
They choose not to because all they think is after they pay That money, all after they give, after their children got the new shoes, the children got this. I'm good. My daughter got everything, she out the way. My son got everything, he out the way. Now I could go do my thing. But then they forget where that time at. When they get older and they don't want them things that you could give because they could get it themselves.
I feel like you want to be in the middle. Which one do I feel like there's more of? I also feel like there's more daddies in the world.
Most definitely.
You know, because honestly, a lot of us in this day and age don't have time. We just don't. And we're so busy and we don't really have time to give into our kids. I'm guilty of it myself. So I understand, like, you know, it's tough to give that time. So I feel like a lot of us, it's like what the world is. We really only have time to work every day. You know what I'm saying? Grind. How much time do we have to give to our kids? What we don't realize is that time we give to our kids is worth way more than money can ever buy.
Most definitely.
The money you get, the time you give to your kids is worth way more than the money.
Most definitely.
Like, because when the kids get older, and because just think about us, when we look back at our childhood, do we remember what our parents bought for us? Or do we remember the times we spent?
Most definitely. I remember the time.
Time is priceless.
Time is priceless. And that's very important, man. Shout out, we ain't knocking no daddies, we ain't knocking no fun.
Yeah.
I rock with both of them. I was both in both foots, in both shoes, so I understand. But one of the things that I love right now by me being a father and having my youngest daughter with me is that I watch her grow up. I watch her go through these different stages and situations to where I could know when things going wrong, things going right, how she feeling, how her mood swing, even when she get to the point where she get her first period, and that's one of the things that I missed out on my oldest daughter by being 15, going through these different cycles of her life. And that's one of the things that I always want to fix. I want to get that time. I want to get that time to her, and that's one of my goals. That's one of my priorities. I'm trying to fix the relationship with my oldest. It's going to take some time, but I ain't going to never stop. And a lot of fathers, a lot of daddies going through a lot of situations that I'm going through, and I want them to know it's going to take some time, but never stop.
Don't give up.
Keep going. Never give up on your children. Never give up for the time that you miss. Try to find a way to give it back to them. Try to repass that situation. Try to understand them and listen to them. I ain't going to never stop. I'll go broke trying to fix that relationship with my child because I know one thing, I can't never make another one like her. I can't never make another one. And my first child brought so much pain to me, but she brought so much joy.
Right.
When I see her, when I hear her voice and everything like that, man, that shit break me down. That shit break me down. Like, for real. I be missing her a lot of times. I just be wondering, like, damn, man, can I, what the situation is, what daddy could do to make things right, what daddy do to change your life, what daddy could do to be presence in your life, but it ain't nothing that you want daddy to do. You ain't allowing daddy to be in your life. Daddy hurting without you. Daddy going through them things. Daddy hurt. Daddy need his child. Daddy need the love. Daddy want to heal. Daddy ready to fix what's going on. If anything break me down, anything made me cry when I can't see my oldest daughter, daddy sorry, daddy sorry. I wish I could have fixed things with your mom. I wish I could have been with your mom. I wish I could have married her. Your mama didn't have the right intentions. Daddy didn't either. Daddy didn't know how to build man, how to build father. I wish I could have been with your mother, because being with your mother would have kept me presence in your life. It hurt me. I want you. You daddy first. Let's fix that relationship with your daddy. I'm willing to sacrifice everything on the line because my first child is my everything. My second child is my everything, but my first child showed me a lot of things. And man, I was introduced to a lot quicker than what I expected. And a lot of times in life, my mama told me, be careful because the grass ain't green on the other side. And when you disobey your parents and you disobey the things that they tell you and you do the opposite of what they tell you, then you go through the consequences and repercussions. She spoke about my baby mama. And she said, be careful. And I said, mama, she loved me. Mama, she made me good. And she said, okay. I'm trying to tell you something. Mama ain't gonna lead you wrong in my heart and my spirit. It's just some things that you can't see that mama could see. Parents could see what's best for their children. but the children can't see, but they question their parents. Why? And then when they don't, then when their parents give up and let them do what they do, then the children be like, Mom, I should have listened. I'm one of them children.
Yeah.
But it's all good though. Everybody grow and everybody go through them things. But I'm willing to fix their relationship. It just hurt me every day. Every day. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Anything that ever hurt me to break me down is to know my youngest daughter always say, Daddy, when my sister gonna come over? Why she don't come over as much? And Daddy can't really answer the question. Daddy be like, I tried. Daddy be like, I reached out. Daddy be like, I tried to do everything. But when these children put something in their heart that they don't really know, that other people that fed them, other people try to destroy your character, that's what they go off of. And that's why I say
it will fix. It will
You know?
fix. Like I've been blessed with my son because, and I'm definitely sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you're fixing it, bro, and it will get fixed in time. And one thing I do want to say is for all the people out there who are missing time with their kids for whatever reason, just remember that they're only going to have this time one time. They're only going to be that age one time. So do not learn from us. Make sure that you go out your way to make sure you spend that time with your kids. It's like with my son, I haven't seen him in 2 years, and it hurts me too. It hurts
you
me.
tell me all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time. That shit hurts me tremendously. And, I'm talking to him now. I'm getting things worked out. It's hard, but
I told you, man, I say that's our goal. That's my goal, is to make sure you get your son next summer, because that's very important.
for sure.
That's very important. And I'm as a good friend, as a brother, that I hold you accountable to make sure that you doing everything that you need to do so you could get that done. Because
sure.
that's my present. That's my best feeling, to see you having your son here, to being able to do things that you want to do with him, or whatever he want to do. It doesn't matter what my children want to do. I just be up for it. And I'm one of them daddies that, I don't care what they say, just drag me, I'm there.
Yeah. See, one difference between having a son and a daughter, I feel like, is that my son, he hears what his mom's saying, but he knows I love him.
All right.
He knows
It's different with a girl.
It's different with a girl, because the girl is naturally going to kind of listen to their mom a little bit more,
Most
kind of
definitely.
relate to their mom more. She'll figure out later what it was. I'm lucky. I'm blessed, and thank God that I have a son who is smart enough.
Yeah, he a man, so he can understand some manly
Yeah.
things. He understand.
But you know what? I want to get deep with you for a second. This is a deep topic here. And I bring this up because the previous podcast I've done on Let It Phlo, I've heard some different things that make me kind of start to understand something. Like, we don't ever think that God is wrong, right? So if God put our children, any children, in a position where they weren't able to be around their father or their mother, whichever the case may be, do you feel like it's possible that these kids may have needed that? It sounds crazy to say it, but there's a lot of kids who have grown up without being around both their parents. Some people lost both of their parents at a young age. Some kids grew up in foster homes. And some of these people we're speaking of are living very happy lives, very successful lives. Do you feel like maybe, possibly, that was what was meant for them? Did God really mean for that to happen to them?
I mean, they say God ain't gonna never forsake you, so I never questioned why he did some of the things he did and why me and my daughter don't have the best relationship. But I truly, to be honest with you, to answer your question, and this being honest, I feel he did that for the best of me. I appreciate that. That's why I ain't never too much mad about it, because he did one thing for me. He prepared me for when she do come around. You gonna be able to hold it down. And that's why I'm not mad at it. Because at the time when he was going through that, I wasn't right. I wasn't prepared. I didn't have it. I couldn't do it. Now I could do it. Now I got it.
So it pushed you.
So it pushed me harder. So that's why it got the good and the bad. So God didn't make no mistake on what he did in the beginning.
But what about her?
I mean, it helped her. Because she going to realize that everything that she thought, it wasn't true.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to help her. It's going to help her. She going to realize. And that's one thing.
Maybe when she gets older, she'll need that type of thinking process.
Yeah, she gonna need
to
that.
determine what's real and what's
and
not.
what's not real, and what's real and what she deserve and what she don't deserve, and what she see and what she didn't see, and what people say and what they didn't see. Because some people say things and leave things out. You know, they'll say the wrong things and leave the good things out. So most definitely, man, shout out to my oldest daughter, man. Daddy firstborn. Daddy love you, girl. Stop playing.
So I'm gonna ask one more deep topic for you, and then we can move on. So, if you could say one thing to your father, what would you say?
Daddy, let's fix that relationship. Damn, D Phlo, you hurt me with these things, man. Man, that shit hurt, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta, I don't know, man. Big team emotion tonight, man. With my daddy, man, I told so much about him, man. I don't look up to people, D Phlo. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care what you got, what you do. But I looked up to my daddy. And I'm his only son, man. And it kills me because so many people come up to me all the time that went to school with me that know me. Man, your daddy speak good about you, man. Your daddy proud of you. Your daddy say so much good about you. And I say, damn, he say so much good to y'all, but why he don't say it to his only son? You know, it hurt me because I never look for my daddy to do things. I only look for my daddy to love me. And all the things that he did, it don't equal out to the amount of love that I need. All the things that he could do, only thing I need him to do is tell me, son, I love you. Son, son, you my all. I just need to hear it. I don't need the things that he could provide. Like, Dad, I need that love. Dad, I'm missing out on that love. Dad, come on now, your son 36, about to be 37 in 4 or 5 days. Dad, I need that love, man. My dad ain't guaranteed to be here too much longer. If he is, I want to fix that relationship, man. The best feeling in the world to knowing that I'm able to sit on the side of my pops and tell him, you know, how much I love him and how much he mean to me. All the things, all the inspiration people I see, ain't nobody like my daddy. You know, I know he love me, but he ain't never tell me. I know he watching me, but why he ain't never showing me? I know he believe in me, but why he ain't never hitting me? I know know I'm doing my thing, but why he ain't with me? Why? Dad, I need you with me. Dad, I want you to be with me. Cause you gonna show me everything. You gonna show me where you did it. Because we together. You gave me your blood. Dad, I know if you tell me don't do this, then I know you did this. Dad, if you show me to go this way, Dad, I'ma go this way. Daddy told me don't go to jail. I ain't been to jail. Daddy went to the feds. I ain't never been to the feds or locked up. Daddy a convicted felony. I ain't no convicted felony. So I use him to know what to do and what not to do. Daddy got 2 children, 2 biological children. He got me and my sister, but he got my stepmom, my oldest daughter, Keon. That's Keon and Keon. That's my 2 sisters by her. But one of them was my real daddy daughter, but both of them my sisters. I look at them, they both, I don't care if that's my stepsister. I love her with all my heart, but I want that relationship back with them too. That's very important. My stepmama, Donnie, man, she always support me, always been there. I love her with all my heart. She the best stepmother I ever could ask for, expect. Man, she was there when my daddy turned around on me. She was there. She gave me when my daddy turned it back. She still will give. She support me like she there. I love her with all my heart. But one thing that I don't like is that she be telling my daddy that, oh, you got to fix that with your son. That's your only son. But my daddy don't want to listen. And I know it's hard to try to make a man be a father to his son. But I don't think you should never stop telling him. And that's one thing that it just bothered me.
Telling him what?
Tell him to keep trying. Like, your son is reaching out to you. Won't you fix that relationship with your son? Man, I done reached out to my daddy so many times, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm sorry that you went through it.
I ain't even talked to my sister. It just made me so bitter. It made me so bitter with my 2 sisters. Like, at times, like, man, damn, you love them more than you love your son. Like, what's up? I love them just as much as I love my dad. I ain't gonna pick and choose who I love the most. I love all of them the same, but it's like he pick and choose. So one of them things, man, I just love to fix that relationship with my daddy. Daddy, come on, man, son ready for you. You don't need no job. You could come ride with me, but that's one of the hardest things, man.
Well, one thing I will say, just based on what we already said in this conversation, I feel like if this hadn't happened the way that it happened, you might not be who you are. You know, you are who you are, a great person. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's just what it is, bro.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I be missing my dad.
But look, here's what I
and
can
I miss
say.
My stepmom. And
it's like take what happened with you and apply it to your life. Like with your oldest daughter. That's the only thing I ask as a brother.
Yeah, I look at it as like my daddy didn't have the best relationship with me, but he had the best relationship with his second daughter, and I didn't have the best relationship with my first daughter.
So
but I got the best.
That's a generational
It's just
curse.
a generation curse.
So
that
it's time to
it's
break
repeating
it.
itself.
So don't let it repeat itself.
Most definitely.
That's how you can. That's
Yeah.
how you can look at the situation and feel like you learned something.
I learned something from it
you learned a
because
lot.
it was the same way. My daddy with me, it wasn't that good, and me with my oldest daughter, it wasn't that good. But my daddy with his second child was good. The same thing with me. My second child is good. So I look at it as I look at it as that generation curse.
Yeah.
You know, so most definitely, man, like I said, man, I love all of them, you know, and it hurt me sometimes. Like I said, man, I want that relationship with everybody because they mean a lot to me. I might not say it as much, but they mean everything. My stepmama, Donnie, my two sisters, man, I got nieces and nephews by them, and I love them with all my heart. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. My stepmama, she already told me what she want when I get there to the top. But it ain't much. But I always tell her when I talk to her, the last time I talked to her, I told her, just be ready because your stepson, your son. She don't have no boys, so I'm my only son. And when me and her used to be out in different spots and different things, they really thought she was my mama because we looked alike because we've been around each other for so many years. But I tell her all the time that be prepared and be ready because I'm going to get you what you expect. She don't ask for much, but it's something that she really loves, and I'm going to make sure she get that. Talk to me, D Phlo.
So that was deep. That was deep right there. And I definitely appreciate you, just, being real with the world and showing it to them because I feel like a lot of people need to hear this. A lot of people will relate to that. So on another topic, do you feel like, how can you tell the difference between when God's sending you a sign, between the devil sending you a sign? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, or let me say it again. How can you tell the difference between when God's sending you a sign and when you're just doing what you want to do with life? Like sometimes things will happen. It could be a random thing. Like it could be something that happens. You're like, oh, that's God. Or you could be like, oh, that's something random. That's not.
Oh, I mean, sometimes when you know you about to go do something and you can't afford to do it, and you know you about to go do something wrong, or you about to go do something that could jeopardize you or hurt you or hurt somebody, it is this type of pain that'll just instantly say, like when I'm going to do something, if it's something that I ain't supposed to be doing, just all of a sudden my stomach will start hurting the way it make you want to go back inside. And we be like, oh, there ain't nothing. We just come from inside 2-3 hours, but that's God just sending you a little slight sign of saying, go back inside. Even when we going out and we go through a little flat and we still pushing the goal, that's a sign. Little signs matter the most because if we overlook the little sign, then the big signs start to occur, and that's when it's starting to hurt you. That's when the bruises start to get put on you. So when you going somewhere, you going to do wrong, and God stop you in your track or make you go back to where you was or sit down, don't be disobedient to his word and try to do it anyway because he's telling you, I see you. I know what you're about to do. I'm trying to stop you. But if you don't be obedient to my word, then guess what's going to happen? Consequences.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all the time, man. I ain't going to lie. I used to be about to go places and my stomach go to hurting and all these things go to hurting. I say, you know what? God, let me go back.
Nah, for real. I ain't gonna lie.
That ever happened to you?
No. You know what? I definitely feel what you're saying because there was a time. I'll tell you all the story when I was 17 years old, right? And I was on probation. But I was out here selling weed and shit. Already on probation, right? So I really shouldn't. I got a 7:00 curfew. I shouldn't be out the house. It's like 5:00. So I'm going to go serve a couple zips to somebody, right? So I got my brother going to serve the shit because the person I skimped him. So the person I don't fuck with, you know what I'm saying? So I skimped him. So I let my brother go and handle that because I don't even fuck with him and I skimped him. So I'm just sitting here, and the crazy thing about this is before I went to go make the play, I had this feeling in my stomach like I don't know if I should do it. I had this bad feeling. I'm only like 17 years old. I don't really know better. I'm like 16, 17. I don't really know better. I'm like, I just feel like I shouldn't do it. One of my boys had a bad feeling. He said he ain't coming. So long story short, we ended up getting pulled over by the DEA. We're sitting there. I'm waiting on my brother to go make the play. I still got like 2 zips on me. You know what I'm saying? The DEA pulled us over, and they ended up searching the car and finding my weed. I ended up going I get locked up that day. But the crazy thing about the story is that I knew better. Before it even happened, I had a bad feeling that I need to go home and stop, just chill. And I ended up getting arrested with a felony, possession with intent to sell. So what I learned from it is all through my life is like when you got that bad feeling,
Stop.
Don't do it.
Don't even do it. Don't even do it. When you got that bad feeling, that's God trying to tell you, send you a sign to stop.
To stop and don't ignore it.
Don't ignore it.
I agree.
Most definitely.
And you know what? The fact that you said exactly what I was gonna say is the confirmation that this is the truth. This is the truth.
Most definitely. Mama, I done beat the odds. Mama, I done beat the odds. I had to go through the trials and tribulation. Mama, I got my wings. I'm soaring. Mama, I'm soaring. Mama, I'm an eagle. Mama, I'm a fly. Mama, they try to cut my wings. Mama, they try to get rid of me. Mama, I'm a better man. Mama, I'm a better man. Mama, I'm a better father. Mama, I pray better. Mama, I preach better. Mama, I'm moving better. Mama, I'm moving better. Mama, I hit my knees better. Mama, they try to cut my wings, but I'm flying like an eagle. Mama, I'm soaring. Mama, I'm soaring. Mama, I might be in the sky. Mama, I'm soaring. Mama, I'm an eagle. They try to cut my wings. Mama, they try to hit me with child support. Mama, they try to hit me with this. Mama, they say your son was dyslexia. Mama, they say I had HJD. Mama, they say I was in special ed. Mama, they say I wasn't going to make it. Mama, they tried to cast every burdens against me, but God cast it back. God used the people that try to go against me for my benefit to keep moving. Mama, I'm growing. Mama, I'm flying. Mama, I'm an eagle. Mama, I'm an eagle. They can't cut my wings. I'm flying. Mama, I'm high. Most definitely, D Phlo. They'll try to cast a lot of burdens on you in your
It's
life.
lies, bro.
But you got to be willing to give them back. If God ain't nail that envelope with the things they try to cast in your life, then he ain't sending him. He don't believe that's you.
People will tell you who you are. But you know what? I know who I am.
Most definitely.
You can't let nobody tell you who you are.
Most definitely. You determine your own self. Appreciate the love, man. Them drop the jewels, boys. We Xing out, man.
Yeah. We'll see you on this episode.